Yeah, that's better. Well, ladies and gentlemen, apologies in advance for I don't know if this dead cat's picking up this wind noise or not. It probably is. No, my luck from my way out the door without me proper vlogging type setup. If you see behind me, where are we? Sorry, I'm just enjoying a nice cup of tea. Here we are. We are at the most easterly point of Ireland, north and south combined. So the 4 points of Ireland, two's in the north of Ireland and two's in the south. So here in Ulster we have the most northerly point and the most easterly point. And down in the Republic, the good folks have southerly and westerly. So at some stage I'd like to do a wee tour on that on the bike at some point. But before that we'll try and get frickin' Norway done for. I've had a bit of a setback in Norway due to our inept government. There's a backlog for licences, and mine has been sat in the licences agency for 8 months. Now, the girls and the boys from the agency themselves are working hand over fist to try and get me the license back for the trip, but it's not going to happen. So I've had to knock everything back by a month. But lucky enough, I was able to change the dates in the cabins, and they were still available. So they're booked for June now. So my plan is to set off on the 14th or so of June. Dependent if I get the license back, but I've got all the faith in the girls and the boys up at the licensing agency. They are some awesome folks, but again, they are restricted for what they can do with having no functional government to give them the funds they need, the personnel they need, and all the rest of it. The whole country is just a feckin' mess. And not only is my license been up there for 8 months and there's no sign of it yet, the whole country ran out of a form of tramroll, maxi tram, about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And that is one of my main medications to keep me upright, keep me going. And of course, without that set me back 2 weeks I went into withdrawal symptoms and all that good stuff that goes with it. And the pain came back and I wasn't able to ride out or anything. But that's the state of play with that. That's why I'm having to kick the trip back by a month. But there's always a cloud with a silver lining somewhere, folks. Hopefully, lucky enough, that's given me the time to nip down and see Dave Perry from Wheelie Good TV in the south. Freelance cameraman for RT and the BBC, and an awesome YouTuber as well. So hopefully Dave will give me some tips and hints. And apart from that, it'd just be nice to buy the fella a bit of lunch to say thanks for all the content he's been giving us over the years. So cheers to yourself, Dave, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Hang on. Oh, you cannot go wrong with healthy tea at all. Oh my good God. It's the nectar of life. But no, I'm going to have a cup of tea and enjoy this wee bit of sunshine. And then I'll have a bit more of a chat when I get back onto the bike. Before I get on the bike, before I drive out here. I've just come up some lovely twisties. I have it on the chin camera, or the cheek camera on the helmet. But I don't think I turned on the 360. But I'll turn that on for the other twisties coming out of the village here on the west coast. So just for another tool in the arsenal, just to provide a bit more of the filming quality for your good selves at home. And I'll at least be able to see the 1200 in the corners with the luggage and all that sort of caper off. And also the build for the trip. It's there. We're finished. Absolutely. Well, it is finished but maybe I'm in an hour where I'll put another bag on the other pannier or leave that for a 2 litre canister of liquids, whatever that may be. But again, once I get the helmet on, I'll give us a good look around and whatnot. And before I forget, I would just like to say thank you to all the people who have subscribed over the last couple of weeks. It's in fact to everybody who subscribed from the start here. It's much appreciated. It really is. And as a wise old Indian once said, I shall endeavour to to bring you good content. So, right, folks, I'm going to drink my tea and I shall speak to you shortly. Hopefully. Apparently, the new Insta 360 was playing havoc with my audio from yesterday's recording, so I've had to come back and do this all again, which is absolutely wonderful. Right, so getting back to the touring build, now that now it's complete and have all my bits and pieces. So, for most of you, you've already seen the walkthrough, and for just a few of the extra bits, we have this absolutely fantastic wee locking system for the Moto bags. That's just to deter any of the would-be little nasties from wanting to hook through your bags and steal your stuff. We have some branding on the windscreen here from SW and Lone Rider, Transua and the likes, and this is just for me to say thanks for the discounts and what the fellas give me to kick me off my my touring bits and pieces. So on this side, I have actually attached one of the Moto bags to the panniers through a wee modified molly rack system. And all this will be for just the engine oil and any fluids and bits and pieces that I don't want to stick in the box. For the last thing you want is that to burst and create a bit of a mess. So on each of the panniers, I have a 25 litre dry bag, and that'll match with the 40 litre roll top bag from a wee Chinese company that sells their stuff on Amazon. It's cheap and cheerful and fairly substantial, but we'll give you a look at that at some other point. Here we have just my tripod stuff for any film that I'll do, and the bits and the time being, as they say. Right on the back, on the this is a great idea from the fella that owns the Motorcycle Travel channel on YouTube, and all it is it's a camera monopole just attached to my rear pannier, and all this will do, this will just house the selfie stick for the 360. And here we have the absolutely all singing, all dancing Insta 360, which I'm hoping will give us a bit of extra video and audio for the channel. So, but that is it, folks. Touring setup is complete. And all we need now is a license to come back from the licensing agency, and we'll be away. But that's her, and all her splendour, all rigged up for the tour. And as you can tell, I've got some branding on the boxes there just to try and promote the channel. Up the subscriptions. So right, let us get back on the road. And we'll have a bit of a natter on the way back. Right, so if the audio was working today, then I know it was the 360 that was interfering with the audio from yesterday. It's another problem to solve with this stupid vlogging setup stuff for YouTube and all that funky stuff. So, but we'll get there. We'll iron out all the kinks before Norway. Yeah, make that as smooth as we can. Right, onwards and upwards. Oh, as graceful as always. Not. But it's just any excuse to get out for a ride. So, like I was saying with the whole running out of medication thing, I'm still not right for. I'm still getting the hot sweats and stuff and the lights off. Oh, a couple of lovely big St. Bernards. Lovely dogs. So yeah, that was the most easterly point of Ireland combined. And it is a lovely wee village too, like so. So, honest to God, I can't actually remember what I was saying yesterday, folks. For the sun was out and it was a lovely warm afternoon. Morale was high and everything was right with the world. So. Which is makes a change. But no, it's another learning curve of the 360. It's another arrow in the quiver of bits and pieces. So we shall see, folks. We shall see. But sun's trying to come out again, so I think it could be in for another bit of a half decent day. Right, there we go. Let's judge this right. Perfect. So Ballyhalbert, lovely wee village. It's not much to it. It's got a good look. There's my old mate Davey on the DUP posters. God love him. But it's got a lovely wee local shop for the folks that live in the village. But I don't even think the place is a pub, to be honest with you, which is a bit of a strange one for Ireland, north and south. Keep going all the way around. I don't think so. Oh God. But so if I've thrown in the 360 from yesterday, that was me passing the bus, but in reality there's no bus today. So the Maxitran, Jesus. When you run out of an essential medication that keeps you on the go, the knockback just goes on and on and on for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I dare say it'll be a month before I'm back to normal, like. So we'll have to play that one by. Oh, there's a wee bit of a village market going on today there. So once I get rid of the sweats and stuff, it'll be all set. But again, with the license, 8 months waiting so far, and for the girls and boys to have to put me onto the emergency list, that's just ridiculous. But folks, it is what it is. It is what it is, and you can do nothing about it. So apart from that, I've got an email from Dave Perry from Moto TV. So we won't be meeting up in June. For the poor fella is flat out. For if he's not recording for the BBC and RTE and all the rest of the stuff, he's got his own channel to run, and of course he's got the family as well. So it's the fella doesn't have a minute to himself, God love him. So bit of a kick in the bollocks for myself, but sure, you have to understand how busy folk are these days. So it's just an unfortunate for me, but it's good for Dave, for at least he's busy, like. So or it could be the other spectrum where you've got absolutely no work and nothing to do. So you take the good when it's going, folks. You take the good when it's going. So here, that's windy. So the question being is, if the new Insta 360 is upsetting the audio on the Action 3, how the hell am I going to solve this one? I might give the Bluetooth, the Boya mics a run out this afternoon, just to see if there's any difference on them. It's a tight wee turn when there's gravel on the ground there. And as
full herd out today. If you're watching the 360 from yesterday, there was only a handful of beasties, but this is Lordship's full herd out today. My pin lock doesn't seem to want to work today either. Oh dear Lord. The joys of motor vlogging. Oh, there's me old mate Davy's wee veg shop on the right there. For Davy, he started that during COVID with nothing more than a trailer in the back of that wee field to my right. And over the last 2 years he's really built that up into a thriving wee business. So I don't know how he's going to manage to keep that going on now that he's running for a councillor in the DUP. For, you know, going from busier to busier. But I hope he doesn't neglect the wee shop, for it's a cracking wee spot, it really is. So there you go. Nearly on the main road again. Oh, this could be a challenging wee back road at the best of times. If you ever want to test your suspension, just hit the back roads of Northern Ireland or the Republic. I'd say more than Northern Ireland, for our roads are a fucking mess. For again, there's no money to repair them. See, again, no functional government, and the whole place just falls to pieces. But sure, there you go. And this can be a real fast junction at the best of times, so just better to watch yourself. For a lot of people turn right here and they forget that their indicator's on the right hand side. Or they hit that corner at 70 miles an hour for folks coming down from the big town. But there you go, folks. That was just a quick and cheerful one from Sale today, just to keep you apprised of the touring upgrades and stuff on the bike there, and just let you know about the setback for the tour. But we'll get there. Come hell or high water, we'll get there one way or another. There you go, one of the bicyclists. So you stay in your wee lane there, chum. Good man yourself. For the tendency to swing out in that corner to avoid the potholes, which is never a good thing when there's vehicles behind them. Yes, again, that's not the best of the roads, I'd say, for the bicyclist, but sure, they're as much right as the rest of us. Right, folks, I'm going to call it a day here, and I might throw in some footage from the twisties yesterday. So, but as always, folks, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. And remember, don't ask me. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a bugger old bloke on a bike. Right, folks, ta-ra for now.